Hi, this is Avara from Scrappy Mania, and I just want to show you a calendar that I created. And I created over the Christmas holiday, and it's a photo calendar for 2012. So basically, what I did is I went and used my computer and I printed out a blank calendar. If you have 2010 Outlook, go to the, actually I didn't use Outlook, actually I use Word. If you have 2010 Word, you go on and look for templates, and they have a template that's a calendar. And then what I did is I just took out the month, I erased the month and I erased the date, so that way I had a blank calendar, and then I can repurpose this calendar any time of the year. I just basically needed to put the month and then pencil in or use a pen to put in the days, and that's it. So that's what I did. So then I took some paper and I started creating the pages. I used my binder roll and I binded the top spine, and then I used my old wires. And then when you one thing that you need to always be conscious when you create this calendar is the way that the pages are going to open up. So as you create it, I recommend that you start kind of really assembling it as you create it. So basically what I mean is, when I had my paper, let's say was my calendar, as I design it, let's say I was doing January here, then I make sure that I took my next paper and make sure that I had it facing the correct way, and then I put, I did my next. So if this was January, then I make sure my calendar was facing correctly, and then I flipped it over and did February, and then I make sure at this one I flipped it over and then did March. So if you do that, then you make sure you will have no problem making sure that your pages will be facing correctly. If you do it out of sequence, it's gonna be a mess. You're just gonna put the pages upside down. Anyhow, so let me show you the calendar. I hope I explained that, but let me show you the calendar. I also use my my crocodile in order to punch the hole, so that way I can put it on the wall. So this is January, okay, and then I use, this is from hot off the press, and I use this a lot. So this was a good investment. I got it at Hobby Lobby, so if you have a Hobby Lobby close by, you might want to get this template. You're going to use it a lot. Trust me. And then for the January, every once in a while, I use my Xyron printer. So I bought the calendar. If you go to Michael's, you can get this calendar. I got it in the clearance section, and it's basically this one. I got it at the clearance section, and it was like $7 for that SD card. So that was a good investment. So I used that for that. Now for this one, I used a different stamp. Again, I got that at Michael's. It was on sale, and it's basically this stamp. And I used this to put some of the lettering on my calendar. Okay. Then I penciled in the holidays and the birthdays. Next one is February. So this was Valentine theme, and I used my Cricut and the Gypsy Wandering, because I do have the Gypsy, and I used that font in order to make I Love You. I put in again, used the stamp. I put in the different holidays and birthdays on there. This is my March paper. And I use a lot of, for this technique, is that I use dimensional paint in order to create my swirls instead of using rhinestones and things like that. I think it's a lot sturdier. It won't fall off. Sometimes these beads or these rhinestones fall off. And then here's March 2012, and I kind of penciled in or used my marker in order to put the dates. Here's my April calendar, and it's April shower. And if you look at here, this thing, I actually, if you saw my other tutorial how I created the glimmer mist, that's how I did this. I used printer ink, I mixed the colors together, and then I created a basic color of purple. And then after I created my color, what I did is I went ahead and mixed walnut ink. I bought this a long time ago, and it's actually walnut ink crystals. So I went ahead and diluted a 1/4 cup of hot water with 1/2 teaspoon of the crystals. I diluted that well. Then I mixed it in with my spritz, my paint, not my paint, but with my printer ink mixture that I created for the purple. And actually, if you use my magenta and blue, it does create the purple for you. And actually, you have to mix it with a little bit of yellow. It does create this little purple. And then I put the walnut ink so that when it dries, you see the undertone of the purple come through, and the walnut ink also, it kind of separates a little bit and creates that kind of two-tone glimmer mist. I had that idea from Lindsay Stamp Gang. They sell Moonshadow mist, and I figured that maybe I can do the same thing with my printer ink, and I think I did achieve what I was trying to accomplish. So that looks, to me, it looks good. And then here's April, and then the next one is May for Mother's Day, and I just put more flowers using my printer ink mist with my glimmer mist and distressing ink on the sides. And that's the calendar. Here's June, my Cricut, and this is actually from Three Birds on Parade, something like that it's called. Straight from the Nest, actually. It's for Straight Up from the Nest, and I created a bird cage. This is crepe paper that I crinkled up. Okay. This is July. These are from the paper doll, everyday paper doll cartridge, and I used beach accents from that cartridge. August. And then this is September. This one, I, instead of putting the stamp September, I actually just used a punch that I had and created a banner. And this paper, I mean this die cut, actually what I did is I cut my paper 7.5 by 10, and then I used a circle punch, and I punched out the corners using the circle punch. This is a Martha Stewart punch. This is the Martha Stewart seasonal cake cartridge. And then this is freehand. I don't have a cartridge that has a tree. So what I did is I traced the tree on the back side of my cardstock, and then I just freehand cut the tree out. And I thought it came out pretty good. Here's November, and then all these is from a Stampin' Up kit that I bought a long time ago. Stamp, and it's the Halloween stamp. I mean, not the Halloween, but the Thanksgiving stamp. Okay, and let me show you that stamp. I use it all the time. I think it's probably no longer in print. No, I don't think they have it anymore, but this is the stamp that I use in order to cut this. And then I also used this stamp, which is the Fall Whimsy, for the leaves. And the name of this stamp is Turkey Talk for this one. Okay. And here's that page. And then this is December. I really didn't put a lot of embellishment. The paper came this way, so really made it very easy for me to create this page. Okay. And I didn't put anything in the back side. So that's it. This is my calendar. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope I inspire you to create some calendars as gifts. And come back to see me for some more. Bye.